Hi there! Today's video is a must-watch for all of you who are steering the ship when it comes to marketing campaign. We're going to talk about 4 website campaign errors that might be lurking in the shadows, ready to surprise you with their indirect financial impact. So buckle up, grab your notepads, and let's dive in. Okay, so the first one, the campaign which is so good that it kills itself. I have prepared an example. It's the Lisek app food delivery service we have in Poland. They have teamed up with the Make Life Harder. It's a meme portal. Basically, the campaign went so well that Lisek app was overwhelmed and they were not able to handle this size of traffic and the application went down. I'm not going to be cruel on them. It can happen. I want to show you example how it looks from the background perspective. We had a lot of social media campaigns, and in general most of them are, let's say, huge spikes of traffic that lands in a second on your website. It's very hard to prepare for this kind of traffic spike. You can have, let's say, 100 users per hour, and having the huge campaign, have huge cooperation, you might have tens of thousands of users that get to your website in the same period of time. It's not easy to scale up or scale out your infrastructure. Basically, scaling the infrastructure, even if you have cloud services and so on, it takes a few minutes up to few hours. In general, during the time, the queue on your website builds up. Your users are not happy, to say at least, and in general, they can get out of your website or are not going to purchase. The user experience is in general affected. It's not the best scenario. The closest comparisons to the situation when you have petrol station and a huge or few buses of kids come to that petrol station. You are not able to tank, you're not able to pay, buy anything, and waiting in a queue in the toilet takes hours. So basically seeing this kind of situation on the highway, when you see 3 buses that go to the petrol station, pretty small one, you basically in most cases decide to go to the next one. You can have the same case with your website. So the huge campaign lands on your website, people are getting to the website but they are not able to get, or your user experience KPIs are not as good as they used to be, and in general you lose money, you lose traffic, your campaign is not efficient as it would be. Preventing this kind of case, talking with the developers in advance. You should let your developers know, and in general letting them know should be done probably a few days, few hours before that, and they should expect a huge traffic so they can warm up the cache, scale up infrastructure in advance, and in general monitor what's going on. They should also focus a bit more on your KPIs, not only on their KPIs, application performance monitoring, but they basically should check if the user experience was correct, and in case something is going wrong or might be affected, they should act. Okay, so the form on your website is not working. I strongly recommend to run a smoke test. So after your campaign, cooperation with influencer or social media and so on is launched and you have the landing page, go through the most crucial path of your user and just test it on your own after the launch if everything is working properly. Test it both on the desktop and on mobile. It's the minimum scenario, and just send this lead. So fill this form on your own, check if everything is right on the website, fill it, send it, and basically check in the CRM. From our experience, a lot of mistakes are done not only on the website, but on the way the form is sent to the CRM system, how it's received from the CRM. So I strongly recommend to test the full path. So from the website, from the landing page, or even UTM campaign, click through the site, through the landing page, and check if the lead was properly received. And it should be done for especially big campaigns where it might have a substantial impact on your traffic and on your budget. The third one, it's overlapping the main CTAs by different components, like for example chat or cookie consent. I have prepared for you the FlySpot example. They had really good website and amazing service. And they have the really crucial button at the bottom, which is very close to the finger, which is booking, reservation of their service. And on the mobile devices, as you can see, it's overlapped by the cookie consent. So it's really hard to click that button and actually reserve the flight with them. So your developers are creating the website and they have pretty good user experience idea to place the button at the bottom. In general, they probably tested that on some kind of staging environment and then they push that to production. On production environment, they have not considered that there are going to be some additional GTM containers. One of them was cookie consent. It can be also the chat, which can overlap the button and cause substantial issues for your KPIs. In general, your users have the button in great spot, but they are not able to click that. On the mobile device, it can affect your conversion rate, engagement, and so on, and basically frustrate your users. How it can be prevented? In general, you should run some kind of test on the production environment, or you can have the pre-production, so staging pre-production and production pre-production environment, which will have the same setup, exactly the same setup as your production, with all the containers from the GTM, and your developers are able to test exactly the same environment and as they will have for your users on the production. And the last one, the fourth one, it's the broken link. So basically your CTA is not working and sending your users to the wrong place. In general, it's quite common, sadly. It's not so easy to prevent. You can run a lot of automated tests. You can have the Ahrefs or other SEO tools that are going to prevent and check if everything is going correct. In general, when you have slightly different setup of the staging and on the production, it can happen. The most root cause is that you change something in your setup. So for example, you had different URL structure or you changed the provider. There were already the links with the CTAs and the new provider have slightly different URL structure, which is causing the wrong connections. So the CTAs are sending users into the wrong place. It can also happen when you change, let's say, navigation or your basic URL structure. It's not so easy to prevent. I have mentioned few tools, but basically it can have tremendous effect on your conversion rates. Thus, avoiding those errors alone ensure your campaign success. Not really. Basically, you are just sure that all the CTAs, content, graphic, and so on are well served for your users, and basically that nothing stands in the way of your campaign success. So just please avoid them. In case you need some support in that, let me know. We are keen to help. Don't forget to hit the like button, share it with your marketing comrades, subscribe for the next one. I really want to deliver the deep dives of marketing world from technical perspective. Let me know if you had similar errors on your website. Let's learn together from them. Until the next time, bye.